Hello viewers, my name is Petra. This news will talk about COVID. Why are so many people catching it again? In the early days of the pandemic, it was extremely rare to hear of people catching COVID twice. That's not the case anymore, especially since Omicron variant emerged in late November 2021. Why are more people catching COVID again? Part of it is Omicron itself, a variant that's better at sneaking past defense built on old infection. Part of it is number game. So many of us have already been infected at some point that a rising proportion of new infections are a second bout. But getting COVID twice in short space of time is still pretty unlikely when with the latest version of Omicron which is widespread in the UK. And for most people, a second infection is less likely to make them very ill. How likely are you to catch COVID twice? Eventually, pretty likely immunity, fats, and coronavirus evolve. Most people can expect to catch the other coronavirus such as those which cause common cold symptoms many time in their life. But early in the pandemic, that did not seem to be the case with COVID. Fewer than 1% of all cases recorded in the UK before November 2021 were labeled and reinfection, but then Omicron took over. This looked very different to the version of coronavirus that we saw before. It different give it a better chance of sneaking past the body early defense, which were based on exposure to the previous COVID infection, and so the rates of reinfection have been about 10 times higher this year compared with rates seen earlier in the pandemic. How is the new version of Omicron different? This new spring Omicron known as BA2 has driven UK infection back up to record level. The Office for National Statistics said that about 1 in 13 people across the UK had COVID in the week ending 2 April. It is similar to, but even more infection than the version that came before Christmas Omicron. If you have COVID in the past few months, it's likely to have been a version of Omicron which in turn should give you good protection against a second bout of it. The data we have so far suggests that a second Omicron infection is rare but can occur. More reinfection have been seen among younger people and those we have not been vaccinated. Laboratory study suggests that a combination of an Omicron infection and vaccine could leave your body even better prepared to fight off a new infection than one infection alone. About 4.5 million people have had a COVID booster dose since the start of the year, with another 2 million getting their second dose. tens of millions of us have protection from a recent infection. About 1 in 3 of us caught COVID during the first Omicron wave. But even if there are only small signs of any one person catching Omicron a second time, you are currently likely to hear about it happening. It's a small chance multiplied by the tens of millions of people who have recently had COVID. Will it make me sicker? So far, it looks like a cause of BA2 is no more likely to put you in hospital than a case of BA1 was. And even you do test positive again, that is not the same as being sick with COVID-19, according to immunologist Prof. Eleanor Riley. It means there is virus in your nose and throat. The protection provided by vaccine or having had a previous infection is more useful at preventing the virus from getting into your body and doing serious damage than it is at keeping the virus out of your nose and throat. Probably thinks if you test positive again but feel well, your main concern should be whether you may pass it on to someone who is particularly vulnerable. An infection can still leave some people in hospital, particularly those with weakened immune system or underlying health condition, but despite the record number of COVID infections, the current wave is putting fewer people hospital than we saw in January, shown by the rest area in the chart above. Precisely because so many of us now have a combination of protection from vaccination and previous infection. During January peak, about 15.5% of people in COVID beds in English hospital were being treated many for their COVID. The most recent figures for 5 April saying that figure is down below 14.5%, and the total number of people in hospital with COVID are roughly half of what we saw in January 2021. The government hopes the spring booster vaccine rollout will help top up immunity for the most vulnerable and make it even harder for Omicron to cause serious illness. Whether it's triggers once or twice, so much new this time. Thank you.